What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Cheddar Terry here to give you another The Last Arkham video. And throughout this part, we'll be getting into a lot of the importance, if you will. And what you're seeing here is the assault on GCPD. And honestly, the tank things are a bit overstretched. So I know at this point that we say Gordon
target selected.
Barbara
Beginning hack now.
GCPD.
Batman, I promise. Just fire the shot. We can do this.
How I can put it like this is, well,
Twin Rattler down.
Takeover protocol initiated.
it wouldn't make any sense because the assault on GCPD doesn't even need to be with its tanks because it's too much.
Okay,
It's really
next hack started. Enemy down.
And
Drone moving to
how many
Overloaded,
people
Batman. Shoot
can
it.
you honestly
There's
get
no way they're getting
to
in.
be that loyal to you to where, okay, we're gonna have people in
Initiating
GCPD,
hack.
or not GCPD,
EMP primed. Shoot. Ha!
Scarecrow. How do you do that?
Hacking drone.
Rattler's
So,
been hit.
how can the assault on
Takeover
GCPD
protocol initiated.
work into our story?
Energy core destabilized. Take it out.
Honestly,
Target hit a drone. Armor still intact.
if there
Okay,
were
next hack started.
to be an assault, it would be the people in SUVs,
EMP blast prepared. Shoot
you
it.
know, a couple of missile launchers to
Got
where,
one.
you know, your usual street gun. And they're just attacking. They're trying to, you know, get into where I feel like GCPD, they kind of act like they don't have enough people
We're the best,
on the
Bat.
streets
You won't keep
for
up
that
with us.
as backup. And you don't want to put them against that kind of heavy fire. So rather than having Batman go out there, you're gonna send out some of the Justice League members, which would work. So you would send out people like Superman, which we do not have him in this one. So he would call in Power Girl and Wonder Woman and have the Flash, right? Also, around this point, you would have Red Hood and Nightwing out there as well. Like Batman, you know, will handle this. Plus, you wouldn't have Robin locked up, so Robin would be out there too, right? And Cash will go to Batman and say, hey, it's okay, go out there, join me. So that would also be, so you wouldn't need the Batmobile for any of that. So you would already have a decent battle going on. You would have it. And
Batman, there's a lot of
to
people in
where
here looking to thank
a
you,
lot
the
of this
both
at this
you.
point
And I'm one of
is drug out to where, do you
Thanks,
really need to
Aaron,
stretch it
but you don't need to.
that far? Do you
Oh,
need
God.
for it
What is it?
I think Scarecrow's
know,
at
to
the movie
be
studios. Dad's voice
so
was just
stressed
used to gain
out.
access.
not stressed,
Pull
but
up a
stretched,
surveillance feed.
I've tried,
drug out
and I can't get
to
a
the
hold
point
of Robin.
of,
He
well,
was in there,
let's
right?
go ahead and keep
Don't worry,
adding
Oracle.
on,
I'm
adding
on my
on,
way.
adding on, etc., etc., etc. And it's just too bland. You know, it's the best way that I can put it. Now, throughout this time, we know we have to make our way to the movie
You
studios.
see Batman,
And
shout and charge him. Never
this
fails.
part is stupid because,
Come on,
for
loser.
one, Robin can get out of that. He has a utility belt. He has his tools for that. I'm pretty sure Batman did train him like to get out of that cell. So why are you still in there? So that part wouldn't even be in there, let alone this. It just wouldn't, there would be no point. So in this version of ours, we're taking the movie studio scene out. I see really no
What are
point
you gonna learn? Every time you
of
let
it
someone come
even
between us, they
having
end up
anything
dead or crippled or brainwashed
do.
into killing you.
because it just
Take a
it
hint,
wouldn't-
old boy. We may have had our differences,
it doesn't need to even
but
be.
you
It's-
and
it's-
me, we're made for each other.
we don't need it, and that's why in this version for us, I'm writing it out.
Looking for someone.
Completely 100%
You
writing
should
it out.
know by now that nowhere is
Now,
safe.
at this
The
point right
commissioner
here,
was so
what you guys
eager
are
to
seeing
betray you earlier
is that
when his daughter's
Scarecrow
life depended on it.
wants
And
us
now
to go
I have your Robin,
to an abandoned warehouse
the
pretty
caged
much.
Bird.
I'm going to instruct and give
Fascinating
ourselves
that your
out, to give
fears would
ourselves
drive
up,
you
right?
to lock your closest ally in a prison
How
cell.
can we
now those same
really do
fears
this to
will
where
make you do as I say.
It would be
There's a storage depot in
acceptable
Kingston.
to know
Go
the
there
Batman's
alone. Prepare to take off that mask,
true identity,
or your friends will die.
where we can accept it. Well, rather than having, well, I can't really get, we go there. We do. So,
Did you
at
see
this
it?
point, rather than going there, we want to question Harley Quinn. But why would we question her
Was
when we would
Gordon with
have
them?
her in lockup, really in a cell at GCPD? And like I said, this part is really cut out. There's really no need for it. And what I would assume with this one, how I would go about, is that we're sitting here, we're standing, we're overlooking the city first. And if there's guys hear any crackling, it's because I have the cord going every which way. And I'm trying to get it towards not doing that. Not sure what's going on, but I would have Batman
Giving up the cowl,
overviewing the
Batsy?
city.
Good for you. You save
Thinking.
your friends, I get another token toxin.
on what he wants to do,
Hang on. What if
Thinking
Fatface kills you once he's had his fun?
of how
I changed my mind. We don't have to go.
he will go about
Caring for friends is
doing
overrated, especially yours.
Well,
They
of
can't be
him
left alone
giving
for
himself
5
up
minutes without being
or not.
kidnapped.
and how it will not affect him.
He
But
left him in a cell.
He
I mean, we
wasn't
see
safe.
how it
And
would
he is
affect the
now.
city.
He'd take a bullet for
Everyone
you,
find
Bruce.
out,
We all
oh,
would.
Bruce Wayne
But you
is
left him
Batman.
defenseless. You didn't even give him a choice. I'm sorry, Bruce,
How
but you
will it
have to
go?
get him back. Whatever it takes.
The terms affecting Batman, right? What is his backup plan after that? And yet
So
again,
it's
we will
decision
get to
time,
that.
Bats.
And
Give
as he's
yourself up
thinking,
to
because
Scarecrow and get us both killed?
they're not letting it
Or
be
is
shown,
time for
not
the new
yet,
dynamic duo
to the
hit
point
the
to where
streets?
we kind of take that I think it was the Dark Knight Rises ending, or the Dark Knight
Alfred,
ending.
I'm going to
where,
give myself in to Scarecrow. It's the only way to save Robin
Gotham
and Jim.
needs a savior,
Consider your decision wisely, sir.
and
There could be no coming back from this.
Batman's the hero Gotham needs, but not right now. It's not the time, and Batman was ahead of his time. In this, to where, in order for his friends to be safe, and in order for Gotham to be safe, he will give himself up as he's making his way down towards the warehouse. As he's doing that, he's thinking of the next person who will take up.
Have I misjudged you,
Because
hero?
Gotham only
When
lasts
you
to
leave
be safe for
Robin
so
and the
long,
commissioner in my
right?
grasp, you saved so
And
many people. Could save
I
so
will
many more.
eventually
All for the cost of 2 dead friends.
continue down
Are
towards
you
that.
crazy? You give up and we're done.
So,
Both of us.
we're at the warehouse.
No coming back.
We know what we're going to do. But we don't know where we're going. However, as Batman is approaching us inside, he's already knowing on what his next plan will be, because Jason Todd will go about being part of the Suicide Squad.
But because you are
From there,
scared of what I will do to your friends, your
I think
family.
Tim
They are your
and
weakness.
Barbara do get married
Just below the
as
surface.
Commissioner Gordon
I'm
becomes
sure
mayor
you're
of the
scared
city,
of what will
so
happen
they will
when
be
I
living
tear
a
that
normal
mask from your face.
life.
What will we find?
Nightwing will
Your
become
true identity.
the savior and the guardian
Proof that without
for
your
Gotham and
mask,
Bloodhaven
you are
for a while.
impotent, powerless.
There is no Azrael, because Azrael has two endings, and really his other alternate ending
We can find out.
is, yes, Azrael gets put in jail, to where the other new Azrael, honestly, he doesn't go against the society, because he kind of too late for him, but they're going with the guy that was a cop, even though Azrael still goes against Batman anyways.
Truck.
And Batman and ours, at this point, we don't hear about him and Alia having a child,
Your friends will bring you back.
but he already has the next
I know it.
predecessor, the next person to take up the cowl. And there have been Easter eggs left to showing us that who is the new Batman at the end. Bruce Wayne knows. Everyone else in the Bat family does not know yet. Now, it's Terry McGinnis.
Bruce, can you hear
Because,
me?
and I say this because I was watching the video and it
tracking
made
your
sense.
movement through the city.
Think
I
about
knew he would.
what Scarecrow's saying.
think I
He's
may have
seen
missed something, sir.
eyes, all black suit, red bat symbol, right? The bat suit, the Batman Beyond suit in this, kind of futuristic,
I need your undivided
and
attention.
the cape comes out through the back
nightmare
in
is
the little
almost
backpack
over.
looking thing,
Your
right?
failure almost complete.
Well,
I can see it.
if you go back to the alternate
World
ending,
will see it too.
which I have installed in here,
Your eyes betray you.
it has the red bat symbol. The wings coming out through the back. Him lighting up while you lights up. And each version of Batman that we see is a different universe in DC. So, we already have Terry McGinnis. Because he's really is Batman's son with his DNA in him. More of his son than Damian Wayne. Now, this point, we're at Arkham City. We should have Arkham City unlock in this game anyways, to where we can go back there and visit, see the people in it, see how it's holding up, because we go through here. We do. And the truck does crash. Rather than fighting the Joker, Batman is trying to fight with himself. Fighting his past, coming to terms with his nightmares, confronting them. And still trying to put the pieces together before the night is over for one last night. So, through this, he's fighting himself, fighting his parents, condemning the killer, fighting his nightmares, confronting his past, and the last, fighting himself.
Such a
That
happy
is
couple.
the most
Shame
important,
about the kid, though.
to where,
Poor little
rather
Brucey
than him
never quite got over it now, did he?
becoming the
Well,
demon,
there's no point
he's
crying over spilled
beating
blood.
the demon.
Time to move on, kiddo.
He's
Let
beating
go. Take a load off. Join your parents.
what was there.
Uncle Jay
At
will
this
take it
point,
from here.
we figure out what and who was on his mind the entire time. It points it out in the comics so well. It's the Joker. He's afraid that he will be forgotten, ashes like the Joker, and end up becoming the Joker. So he beats that. Around the time, he keeps a little bit of it tucked away to help him through the fear. And then, with the injection of the fear toxin, which we will get to, which we will see. Because at this point, his entire life, he wanted to kill the Joker. Because the Joker brought pain so much to him. And Batman always blamed himself. That's why we get this scene where Batman snaps the Joker's neck. He is set free of his ways of killing, because now he's not afraid to kill. He's not, which then will bring us to a kind of almost the same ending, almost the same scene cut. There's a twist with the Scarecrow, with him and Scarecrow. There is. So now, at this point, Batman passes out. He's back into another truck. He's headed to Arkham. Even right now, at this point in the game, we should already have the location unlocked where we can go and adventure throughout the abandoned Arkham Asylum. It matches, it makes sense, and it's only right as a viewer, as a fan, for that to happen. Because locations in games at times that we get to go to are mostly unlocked to where we can go to them. And there's a lot of nostalgia for all of us with Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Now, at this point, we're at the asylum. We're being wheeled in. This point, we will be putting away ourselves, as in
You? I'm sorry.
because no one else is here at the asylum but
Are
me
you
and
ready?
Scarecrow. There's no Robin,
This
there's
isn't
no
going to
Commissioner
end how
Gordon.
you think, Crane. Enough
So we're
bravado.
putting away the Joker,
It's too
which
late
is
for
putting
that.
away ourselves.
I don't care who you are,
Because the Batman
but they will.
made the Joker
I'm going to rob them of hope.
to beat
As
him,
they stare
but to
into
still
your
use
eyes,
what was ever
they
left
will
there
blame you.
to
Failure
overcome the
will have a
fear,
face
but become
and
one
name.
with the toxin.
It's time. Mr. Gordon, I would like
Batman
you
is
to do
seeing
the honors.
himself
Never.
as he
I'm
goes
done
to his
taking
mind
orders
trip.
from you.
Himself being cremated. Himself
You bastard!
and an
Take
abandoned
off that
awakening
mask, or my
and an
next shot will
abandoned
kill him.
burial ground.
It's okay.
Newspaper clippings
It's not okay.
of
You know what this
another
means.
hero.
It's the end.
Radio broadcast.
When they find out who you are,
People
there'll be no
forgetting
hiding.
Batman
You need to trust
where?
me, Jim.
when he said, Gotham needs a new symbol. Something that comes from the ashes of Batman. And not having the fight between two identities, but rather than becoming only one, which will be Bruce Wayne. Because without Bruce Wayne, there would be no Batman. As that being unmasked, but that going through his head. Yes, Gotham
Wayne.
is in shock.
Bruce Wayne.
People are surprised.
Now the world can see you for what you truly are. A legend laid
As
bare.
he's still going through
Powerless,
that mind
human,
trick, fighting
afraid.
himself, but fighting the fear of himself throughout. Scarecrow's toxin,
What are we waiting for? Let's get this done.
and how his villains,
We need to do
people
this
that he
right.
fought for
He
so long,
needs to face
how they
justice.
would react to him
This
if
son
he
of a
ever
bitch killed
went
50
down
of our men.
to their level, down
I
to
say
the
we
darker
finish him
side,
before he
down
wakes
more
up.
dangerous than
He's too
before.
dangerous.
Even the
We've
Joker,
got 100 guns
Two-Face,
trained
all
on
of them,
him. He's going nowhere.
and how they would fear him, how they know how they would have to capture him, how they would have to put him down.
Guys! It's great to see you. I've had a
And the
devil of a
thought.
time tracking you down.
But rather than seeing the Joker, they're seeing Batman
We caught you.
hunt them down, kill them.
Cobblepot. Always cruel,
Because
but never cunning.
He's not
Croc,
afraid
old boy,
to
you
kill
might want
him,
to duck.
but they're afraid of him killing. To where they feel like, look, you're doing too much now in Gotham. He ends up becoming. This is why I feel why he did this. Rather than them seeing the Joker, a murderous Batman. One that broke the dark, pale. And we learn what their fears are. And Batman going down that path because they know that you're not, this is not what you stand for, but what you always have become, and what you always once were inside, and that you embraced it to become what you are. They are now being took down, hunted, killed. No remorse. No sorrow. No satisfaction. As he hunts down the last remains of him
Where did you go?
breaking that circle, breaking that bone, to where he kills no more,
It's me.
but not no more,
What it takes for you to
but
stop?
this once, to where he will break his own
Please don't
code,
shoot. Think of all
because
we've
he
been through.
knows at the end of this, he comes comfortable with that idea, that fact of
No,
like,
don't.
maybe
Please.
these are the reasons of why things gotten too far, the way they were.
I never could stand
He
groveling,
let
Cobblepot.
these people go for too long, and not afraid to even have the hostage
No.
killed,
Can't
with the puzzling
believe you.
look on their face,
A hostage, Nigma.
which becomes
How very twee.
the Batman that I know, one that's not afraid to kill, the one that did begin carrying guns, the much darker one that needs to
I can't let you
bring
keep it
justice,
alive. Not after
one
what you just done.
that has that balance to know when to stop,
Prince of Chaos. The just
that becomes the
Stop.
Batman that everyone
Stop this
can
madness.
know and respect,
Please.
but never cross that line when needed, or when needed. And him, by doing that, he sees that he can't let Gotham go in flames if he goes too far. So revisiting inside of his mind, his psyche,
This may be my
So
finest
now-
work yet.
he beats that. Gotham is being saved within his mind and will be saved when he comes through this path cycle that he's having, because he knows it's needed. He knows that it is called for, and this is what he needs.
Alfred, sweet, loyal Alfred. Master Bruce is gone. But
As
don't
he's
you
beating-
worry, your new master's coming home.
He's beating the fear. He's becoming one with the fear.
Do you know
That
what happens now,
He
Mr.
becomes
Wayne?
fear
I'm not going to kill you. I'm
himself.
going to set you free.
As Scarecrow
Free
is
to
seeing
see the
this,
city you swore to defend
he's
tear
becoming
itself
scared.
apart. Free
he's
to see
becoming
everyone you
confused
love hunted
and
down
concerned,
and killed. Every
knowing
scream,
he
every death.
has made
Vengeance
a
for
mistake.
all that Batman has done.
He
Good.
What?
will end
not
up losing.
understand.
And he knows this. He knows
over.
that this
Get
will
ready
end
for the
in a way
encore.
that neither of them or the people watching even expect.
Why aren't you scared?
So, rather than pushing it, Scarecrow tries stopping it.
Guess I'm toxin-proof. Hey, Bat!
It's not working.
Still here?
Well, to him, he thinks it's not working. But he's not inside Batman's mind, so he doesn't know
that you?
what Batman is doing to
Oh,
stop it.
Bats!
To know when the true Batman will come out, how he would handle it. From this, we get Batman beating himself, beating Batman.
Good times.
This is the trip that we are seeing as he goes down this memoriam cemetery mind trip. Of him no longer being afraid of being forgotten. Being comfortable with the old ashes,
Crispy.
something new to
Oh,
rise
I
up
outgrew that
from
body
Batman.
anyway. Trying to tell me something, Bats? I'm not dead.
Not fighting.
Never been so alive.
And coming to the end, where he puts it away, that he knows he finally beat it. And that's what we see as we're just visiting this mind trip of what we're looking at. How much depth and deep it goes.
This isn't my grave. Oh, no, it's
More
too small.
we
it's
see
all
it
overgrown.
like this.
Where's the head?
But outside of that, visually,
Oh, right.
Scarecrow's
I get
becoming
it.
shook.
They forgot about
Where he's
me.
no longer Scarecrow.
Very funny, Bats. But it's
Crane,
not
Jonathan
happen.
Crane, is becoming
You know,
frightened.
some jokes can be in bad taste.
He's becoming more scarce. He's seeing balance come out of Batman. He no longer, his eyes are changing as he looks at Batman's eyes. He doesn't know himself what he is seeing. Is he seeing fear? Is he seeing the fear be beat?
You
What
aren't
is
the
he-
death of me.
Looking at? Not even the Justice League at this point can interfere. They know that this has to happen. But even themselves are becoming scarce, are becoming afraid, are becoming more worried, concerned. To where now they're also realizing within themselves that
Harley,
we're
stop
not
your
careful.
son. Oh, how do I get out of here?
We can either lose control or we can beat that control. And control it. They're learning when and when not to cross that path.
Where are you?
At this point, Batman beats himself. He beats whatever he's left to put away the mind, which is on his mind the entire time. Was Joker. Was his
Joker.
fear. Because he's seen himself in Joker on what he could become, put it away for good.
I need you.
That, people, is the mind of his psyche, of Batman's psyche, as his eyes start to change back to normal. His skin starts to come back to normal. And at this point, Scarecrow, Jonathan Crane, is truly frightened. Or Batman, Bruce Wayne,
Do
is
you
no
understand,
longer
Gotham?
afraid of
You
itself.
have no savior. No more hope.
This worries Scarecrow.
No more.
He wants to try to kill him, so he tries to inject him again,
I've
and
won.
it does not work.
I'm not afraid, Crane.
So
Impossible.
rather than the Red Hood, as we all know,
Without fear,
pulls out a
life is
gun.
meaningless.
rather than the gun being shot out of his hand by Red Hood, no, Batman breaks free, snatches the gun from Scarecrow. At this point, he breaks Scarecrow's hand. He has his other hand around his neck, and then, as he injects him with his own fear, he's choking the life out of Scarecrow. Slowly. Wanting him to suffer. As Scarecrow is seeing this, seeing what he fears is now Batman. As he knows now what he truly is. He's letting him scream his last breath. Then Batman snaps his neck and kills Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow. The people of Gotham that have seen this are in shock,
He's going to be okay.
confused, and also
Look after him,
frightened.
Jim.
Calls
Look
Jim
after them all.
and gives the
You've
same
been a
speech.
good friend.
What we're
Best
hearing
I could ask for.
now.
You were there at the beginning. And now,
And then he knows
you get to see
even
how it
John,
ends.
Commissioner Gordon even knows himself now what Batman must do. He knows it will end. He was there at the beginning. And he'll be there at the end.
Best gift you've brought us all night.
I can't believe he showed up.
So where does
So
that
Bruce
leave
Wayne, huh? If it's all the
Bruce
same
Wayne?
to you, I'll
after
stick to
protocol?
Batman.
Not protocol. After
You sound scared, Crane.
Nightfall protocol.
Get used to it.
His secrets aren't active. Even the manor, everything, every inch is gone. Even the Batcave, nothing left. Everything's destroyed.
world knows.
So what happened to Bruce Wayne?
Gotham still
Where do we
needs
take him
Batman.
from here? We take him
For
underground.
one last night.
We take him into
Prepare
retirement
the Nightfall Protocol.
for new
Are you
equipment to be
sure?
built.
There's
Stuff
no
that
other
he's
way,
been
Alfred.
working on.
It
Stuff
needs
that
voice
has been
confirmation.
Martha.
before
Very good,
it's
Master Bruce.
time.
You can be sure your instructions
where?
will be followed.
He's getting ready for the reveal of Batman Beyond as Terry McGinnis to the world as Bruce Wayne ages, as his body is now broken down. Even though the timeline hasn't been that long, but you know, Batman doesn't age until we're having him age. We're seeing some gray to come in. We're seeing his broken down body.
The militia boys are
To where at the end, yes, Commissioner Gordon is the mayor. Tim and Barbara Gordon are now married. Nightwing is still around to protect, to watch over Bloodhaven as his home, check in on Gotham. Red Hood, part of the Suicide Squad. And Terry McGinnis, aka the new Batman, is now revealed, to where now people are afraid of the legend, the myth, which is Batman.
It's
To
done.
where
Gotham
he uses the fear toxin
Thank you, Bruce.
in a similar, in a different
everything.
way, to
Goodbye,
bring
Jim.
himself to the new villains of Gotham, because Gotham itself will always be cursed to have crime, and at times will have its peace. And throughout that, the next game, which we are getting, but not by Rocksteady, I hope that we are getting Terry McGinnis
All units be
as
advised.
the new
Major
Batman.
threats have been eliminated. It's time to roll out and take our city back.
Because we do get an abandoned, from what I heard, an abandoned Arkham, a torn down Arkham City, rotted, Gotham almost a ghost city, Wayne Towers destroyed, riding through the countryside on an empty road on a bat bike.
This is Vicky Vale from
And
GCN reporting live
seeing
outside Wayne Manor.
what has
following the
became
dramatic unmasking of billionaire
whoever's left.
playboy Bruce Wayne.
Villains like Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, Azrael, Deathstroke, Man-Bat, you name it. All them people that we went through in this. And even bring back Bane, Black Mass,
Are you sure you want to do this, Master Bruce?
to how they hold up at the end.
It's the only way to protect them.
Or most on their still crime spree, or most not.
We just saw
We
Bruce
don't
Wayne,
know.
now known to be the masked vigilante Batman.
But have it
enter
to
his
be
home, refusing to come.
where most passed away from age, retired, and bring on some new villains for this new Batman. As Gotham, slowly throughout the game in the end, has a nice time skip change as we see it evolve into Neo Gotham. And as Terry McGinnis becomes more of the Batman he becomes to be, as he needs to be, to where
This is how
Batman lives
This is how
on.
the Batman died.
Bruce Wayne can finally rest. Also, throughout the
A
time,
friend once told me the
Nightwing
criminals are
retired.
a cowardly and superstitious lot. That
there's
the
a
only
new
way
type
to
of
beat
Justice
them
League,
was to give them something to be scared of.
and villains are still scared and
understand him.
superstitious.
As his world grew
Batman
darker, so did ours.
Doesn't
when his
die.
war ended,
Anybody
our lives could begin again.
can be Batman,
He set us free
but
to live,
Batman lives on
to love.
forever, no matter what. So we learn that throughout this game, as we're seeing this.
There was an inquest, of course.
Because of that,
Hundreds of suspects. Who killed Bruce Wayne?
I can see the
I
Arkham
guess
games
we'll never know for sure.
of some sort. It doesn't have to have Arkham in the title, but the Batman games in some way still
So what's next?
have that, still
Criminals
carry
are
on.
a cowardly and superstitious
So with this,
lot.
I give you guys the last bit,
What
the
happens
last
when they
part
have
of this
nothing to be
gameplay.
scared
You go
of?
back, you watch every part, and you put it all together. You may not get the best
will
game,
protect
but you get the
Gotham
well-rounded,
now
written
that the
game
Batman is
that holds
dead?
it together within its own self, that ties it in and says, hey, I'm it. But there will be something better along the way. Guys, I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
No
And
one's
peace.
coming, lady. Take his wallet.
Hey, freak! Maybe you missed the news! Batman's dead!
That look don't scare us no more.
What the hell?